ਫੌਜ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋਏ ਨਰਸਿੰਗ ਸਟਾਫ ਨੂੰ ਅਜੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਬਕਾ ਫੌਜੀ ਦਾ ਦਰਜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ਰੇਆਮ ਵਿਤਕਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਕਾਇਦਾ ਕਨਵੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਬੁਲਾਰਿਆਂ ने संबोधन किया।
2022 में मैंने रिटायरमेंट लिया आफ्टर 14 years of very hard working and this service। मैं कहना चाहूँगी पूरे भारतवासियों से और मोदी गवर्नमेंट से कि आफ्टर 14 years एक यंग ऑफिसर इंडियन आर्मी में आता है, खूब सारे सपने संजोए हुए कि मैं एक आर्मी ऑफिसर बन गई हूँ, मैं सशक्त भारत का निर्माण करूँगी, और आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट आपके पास कुछ भी नहीं है, आपकी आइडेंटिटी तक भी नहीं है। कोई मुझसे पूछे, यंगर जनरेशन बार बार पूछते हैं ये सवाल कि मैम आपका क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहा, तो मैं उन्हें क्या बताऊं कि मेरे पास मेरी आइडेंटिटी ही नहीं है। इस आइडेंटिटी की हक की लड़ाई के लिए हम यहाँ पर सारे इकट्ठे हुए हैं, और मैं मोदी गवर्नमेंट से, जो कि वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट का एक सशक्त उदाहरण है, मैं उनको ये अपील करती हूँ, ये प्रार्थना करती हूँ कि हमारी अपील को सुने और इस पर अपनी उदार नज़र का प्रभाव डालें। थैंक यू। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Good afternoon to all. This is Colonel Kanta. I am here to appeal to the Prime Minister of India and all the authorities related to this issue that we nursing officers have given the whole life to Indian dedicated service of in Indian military service.
कितने साल सर्विस की आपने इंडियन आर्मी में?
I am trained in army and 36 years of service means I have spent around 40 years of my service.
आपको पेंशन मिलती है?
मुझे पेंशन मिलती है, लेकिन एक्स सर्विसमैन स्टेटस नहीं मिला है। दैट इज ए आइडेंटिटी क्राइसिस फॉर अस। इट इज वेरी ह्यूमिलिएटिंग दैट आफ्टर स्पेंडिंग 40 years of service we are a civilian after retirement. Thank you.
Being a convener of this organization, we have Major General Kamlam, ब्रिगेडियर PS लोचना, ब्रिगेडियर सुनीता शर्मा जी, कर्नल पद्मा कुमारी, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल कांता, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल पूनम कुमारी, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल अनीता, then लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल पूनम्मा, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल सुषमा, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल D कलाए, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल निर्मला बेस्ट, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल पारू तमंग, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल जया, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल जीनू पॉल, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल R अरुणा, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल आशलता, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल R सुवेश, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल संतोष देवरा, मेजर अलका, मेजर लीना शाजू, मेजर ज्योति, मेजर सालनी, मेजर के अलका, मेजर शालू वर्मा, कैप्टन किरण चौधरी, कैप्टन शीतल. So these national delegates are here to discuss the major issue why ESM status has been suspended for this class. I start here. Respected ex-officers of the armed forces, I would say you are ex-officer of the armed forces. There's no doubt that you are not a part of armed forces. There are so many officers in the armed forces, you are one of them. Joined at national conference, it's my pleasure to share with you welfare-related issue. The most hard-burning for ex-officer and those who are on the verge of becoming ex-officers of the MNS cadre. It is affecting both to you and who are about to, they are also worried. The people who are in the service at moment, they are also worried that after a few years or who are on the verge that they will lose their identity. The ex-serviceman status to the ex-military nursing service officers. Let's view the matter in the correct perspective. Let's understand the root cause and simple solution to it, to request the Honorable Prime Minister of India. It becomes important to first provide a background to the issue before proceeding with the matter, since controversy is the resultant of unnecessarily complications on the subject due to certain erratic steps and might not require any detailed policy intervention by the government. Ex-military nursing service officers who are as per statutory provisions, I say as per statutory provisions, that means covered by the Constitution of India, are member of the armed forces of the Union. Since time memorial, were granted ex-servicemen status and faced no problem at all in this regard. The ex-servicemen re-employment in the central civil services and the posts, Rule 1979, granted ESM status to all members of the armed forces and contained an exception clause for paramilitary forces. There was no controversy on the ex-military nursing service officers being ESM. Since MNS is an armed force of the Union, over the year, members of the Central Armed Police Forces, but we say CAPF, also started claiming ESM benefit under the rules of the pretext that they were all categorized as armed forces as per their respective acts. In order to remove any such confusion, the term armed forces in the ESM rule was restricted and changed to regular army, navy, and air force over the year, and later solidified in the current rules that ex-servicemen re-employment in central civil services 4th October 2012. Even after issuance of the amendment rule of the 2012, no problem was faced by the ex-military nursing officers, since it was well understood that they were covered under the definition of the ESM. When certain doubts were raised by some quarters on the issue, it was clarified by the Kendriya Sainik Board. It was clarified by the Kendriya Sainik Board by letter number 22 policy KSBA dated 08 July 2014 that ex-military nursing officers fall under the definition of ESM. When again doubts were raised, these were laid to rest by the AG's branch of the Indian Army after seeking the advice of the JAG by their note number B33143 AGPS 2B dated 26 December 2016, clarifying that ex-military nursing officers were covered under definition of MNS and that they serve in the regular army. Though there was no need for any further exposition or deliberation, the status of ESM enjoyed all throughout was unnecessarily disturbed by the Kendriya Sainik Board, which issued another letter, that letter number 61 General Policy KSBA dated 31st July 2019, in which KSB stated that as per the current definition of ESM dated 4th October 2012, issued by the Department of the Personnel and Training, in short called DOPT, ex-military nursing officers are not ESM. The Kendriya Sainik Board, which earlier clarified they are ex-servicemen, same again issuing a letter by itself against the previous letter. The KSB then made this statement in its various guidebooks issued from time to time. It may be noted that this one-page letter issued by KSB has no authority of the Ministry of Defense or even the Army headquarters, and was issued suo motu without any discussion with any stakeholder. So you understand where the problem came. Neither the Army nor the Ministry of Defense, nobody went against you. They all are favoring you. Even recently, the High Court, Punjab and Haryana, recently on 3rd February, they have given a decision in your favor. So even judiciary is telling that you are ESM. It is also a matter of concern that while the said ESM rules only deal with the limited functionality of the reservation in the specific post of the central government and issuance of the said letter of 2019, ex-military nursing officers were deprived of many other benefits, as some of the officers have explained, for the children admission or their examination eligibility, many other benefits in the different spheres that they were entitled to being former officers of the armed forces. In the meantime, the grievance reached the high-level committee that was constituted in the wake of the orders of the Honorable Supreme Court in a civil appeal 7417 of 2010, Union of India versus, the point to note, Major General Usha Sikdar, wherein this point was also raised with the committee which were dealing with the multiple grievances, not limited to the one covered in the said civil appeal. While noting the grievance, the committee stated that the ex-military nursing officers were always ESM. Even in that case, later the committee ne report diya, they also said you were always ESM and their status as ESM was well established. The said recommendation were also approved by the Government of India after the sanction of the Honorable Raksha Mantri. Even Defense Minister has supported it. Wide MOD ID number 13CC18D medical dated 7 March 2019. Needless to state, the locally issued letter by the Kendriya Sainik Board, based upon a personal perception of an officer, could not have overridden what had been the accepted definition since the inception of the armed forces, as also the explanation, clarification in this regard by the Army headquarters, the high-level committee, and approval by the Honorable Defense Minister. Besides, MNS officers are also included in the regulation of the Army 1986. The matter has not been put to rest till date, despite the approval of the Honorable Defense Minister. However, the problems being faced by the MNS officers are not a result of any specific requirement of a policy change. कोई बड़ा policy change या policy कोई इसमें involve नहीं है कि बहुत बड़ा काम है जो हो नहीं सकता. Or any further inclusion or amendment to the DOPT rules. No rules are required to be amended for you, but are a result of a totally unnecessary letter dated 31st July 2019 issued by the Kendriya Sainik Board. In between, it had been stated that the matter could be further discussed after decision of the civil appeal filed by the Major General Usha Sikdar's case. However, it's important to note, however, it needs to be pointed out that the appeal in the Major General Sikdar case was filed in the year of 2010. Letter has come in 2019. Much prior to the issuance of the current rule 2012 or the controversy created by the Kendriya Sainik Board in 2019, and has no link with the issue of ESM status. In fact, Major General Usha Sikdar was then a serving officer. She was a serving officer when she raised her point, but not an ex-officer. And the controversy in that case related to issues of the serving officers, such as car plates and salutation, etc. So ESM has been unnecessarily mixed in that. The deleterious effect of the issuance of the undue letter by the KSB dated 31st July 2019 have been very damaging and have the propensity to dent the image of the armed forces and also the government, beside affecting the morale of the MN officers even in service and who are due for the release. For example, short service commission officers of the MNS released in youthful age are now not being granted a reservation and age relaxation in various government jobs on the pretext that they are not ESM, which has turned to be exploitive for such short service commissioned officers who are neither assured a permanent job in MNS nor considered for reservation and relaxation or benefits of the civil jobs, thus leaving them high and dry from all sides. Till 2019, no such problem was being faced. Aim of the short service scheme itself is to provide a few years of service in the military so that such officers can then join the civil sector in different capabilities, but not wasted out the skill expertise. The very concept of short service for the MNS is under threat with the letter dated 31st July 2019 issued by the Kendriya Sainik Board. Even senior MNS officers retiring with pension unable to apply for the post of civil government sites, including those in the nursing, medical, administrative fields on the same pretext. It is therefore requested that rather than taking up the circuitous and complicated route of seeking an amendment in the DOPT rules or seeking to add any clarification in the said rule, as being suggested, a simple, I repeat, a simple action of withdrawing the KSB letter dated 31st July 2019, which had led to all this confusion and damage, may be taken back and said letter may be directed to be treated as cancelled. Therefore, restoring the pre-31st July 2019 position when ex-military nursing service officers were being considered ESM. Alternately, since the matter already stands approved by the Honorable Defense Minister, a short letter of clarification may be issued stating that it is clarified that ex-military nursing officers are to be treated as covered under the definition of ESM. That is the matter. A small thing is not being done by the government, but it is kept pending. So we have to gather together from all over India. If we had wanted to show our strength or head count, we could have come in thousands. People were ready. But here we decided that we should raise our issue directly to the Prime Minister of India, because they have claimed and they have done so many other good things for so-called Nari Shakti, but somehow this problem is surprise why has not reached to the Prime Minister of India. So your national delegates together here, we have gathered to make a strong voice which should be personally looked into by the Prime Minister of India, as issue is small and it is Prime Minister of India who can see that if Defense Minister want to give you something and what is stopping, who is not clearing that letter problem. So it is a single letter issued by a single officer and he is not a lawmaker. कोई कैबिनेट में पास नहीं हुआ है आपके अगेंस्ट में, कोई लॉ नहीं बना है, कि एक अफसर ने लिख दिया तो वो कानून नहीं बन जाता. सो अफसर्स कैन ऑलवेज डू ए मिस्टेक. सो दे हैव डन ए मिस्टेक. So this is, I think, exactly the position of your case was somewhere stuck up. If this case is related to judiciary or it is something sub judice, it would have not been cleared in the High Court in Punjab. Your young officer, rank of captain, she applied for the, I mean to say, the State Service Commission. जैसे IAS होता है ऐसे State Service Commission में, that is Punjab का PCS रहता है. So she qualified the exam. Because you are a skilled people, you are intelligent people. You have a lot of, you are already officer. You are not like they say OLQ, officer like qualities. Officer like quality तो उसके लिए होती हैं जो officer है ही नहीं, तो यहाँ officer हैं. तो she qualified for the PCS, तो she was denied the PCS post or selection just because she did not have this piece of paper, what is called ex-serviceman identity card. So she went to the High Court, and High Court, that two judges together gave a verdict, and she won the case. So that case also, they know the case is going on in other courts or something like that. So there are a lot of things being talked without knowing the facts. So people who are involved, they actually know where the whole thing is there. So this is the gist of that. I think by now you are, I know you already know it, but if somebody had a doubt, so this is clear that where the issue is stuck up. So if our voice is listened by the Prime Minister, I'm sure that so many, more than 50 commissioned officers, that two ladies, have gathered in Delhi peacefully, respectfully, requesting the Prime Minister of India to personally look into the matter. And I'm sure in our country your voice will be, we expect your voice should be heard. So tomorrow is International Women's Day. I think the message should be loud and clear to them. Thank you.
आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं मैडम?
Myself, Brigadier Sunita Sharma. I have one appeal to the Prime Minister of India on this Women's Day, that our ex-serviceman status should be restored back, which we were already getting it. I'm sure he must be unaware of the fact, and he can go into the depth of it and restore as early as possible. Thank you.
Sir, I'm Lieutenant Colonel E.P. Purnamma. I have done 33 years of service in Indian Army. When I joined, it was only 18 years of age. After doing such a dedicated service, when I came out, I have been given a message that we are not having ex-serviceman status. After long years of service, why it has been taken out, which was already there, and we were enjoying all that facilities. I request our Honorable Prime Minister to look into the matter and give us our status back.
ये मैटर आपका डिफेंस मिनिस्टर के पास भी आप बता चुके हैं, पहले आपके साथी के गया था, तो उन्होंने कुछ किया नहीं इसके ऊपर?
Yes sir, actually I have been giving memorandums to all the, including Prime Minister, Defense Minister, all the honorable ministers, whomever I knew, I have been given. The reply is yet pending. I have not got any reply.